Man, that thing is loud. Hey guys, so what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I'm finally gonna populate my 5700 rig here. My lonely red devil, been mining by itself for a while now, and I have a few things in this video that I'm concerned about and I'm also wanting to try. And I know it's gonna be very blasphemous in this video. You guys can see here, I have a SATA to PCIe adapter, which I plan on using for the risers. But I'm gonna give you guys my reasons a little bit later. Due to the power consumptions that we've learned in the previous videos you guys saw with the Space Goats meter here. I'll talk about that in a second. But as you guys can see, I have a couple of 5700s here. I have 3 Asus Evo Duals, and these ones I got off Amazon for really cheap in Canada. As well, I also got a XFX Thick 3 edition 5700 XT version. Okay, so actually out of all the 5700s I have here, the XFX one is the only XT version out of all these. This Red Devil is a 5700 non-XT, and those Asus Evo Duals are just regular 5700s. And before I begin, guys, I forgot to mention this video is actually sponsored by GPUrisers.com. They just sent me a few boxes of PCIe risers, so I'm going to be using that for my 5700 build here. And you guys can see I actually have one unboxed right here already. These are the version 10S PCIe mining risers, and you guys can buy these off GPUrisers.com. So thank you GPUrisers.com for sponsoring me, and thank you for the risers. This is awesome stuff. Alright guys, so let me talk about my reasoning for possibly using PCIe to SATA. And I'm going to go down here on the floor for a second and show you guys. The power supply that I'm using is an EVGA 1200 watt P2, okay? And this power supply came with 6 PCIe cables, like essentially the ones that go into the power supply. So I actually have 4 here, and I already have 2 of them plugged into the power supply. But you can see the 4 here only have one 8-pin, okay? But the other 2 cables that are going into the power supply now are splitted off already. So this is an 8-pin, and this one is a 6-pin, which is testing into the riser at the moment. So I calculated out of all the 5700s, you know, I'm gonna have on this rig, which is gonna be 12 PCIe ports plus the 6 for the risers. So total, I would need 18 PCIe cables. And counting that, I won't have enough PCIe plugs to plug in for all of those things, right? Even if I were to use splitter cables. And thank you to nerdgears.com, by the way, for sending me a whole crap load of them. I actually have 100 of these here. I may do some giveaways later on. But even with these splitters, right, I won't have enough to fill in the 18 PCIes for the 5700s. So my only thinking was to use possibly SATA. But what we learned with the Space Goats meter, I actually have it mining right now, Ethereum Classic, and it's in Hive OS right now. You guys can see here, the top part of the GPU PCIe 8-pin is using about 60 watts. The middle part, which is the 6-pin that goes into that part right there, that is the middle one here. So that says 6.7 watts only. And then the cable, which goes into the GPUrisers.com riser, is only using about 1.2 watts at the moment, or 0.1 amps, which is literally nothing. And if we were to go to the whole power consumption at the wall, it's about 186 watts. Now, if I turned off all these 4 fans right here, you guys can see these are the AAA wave 120 millimeter fans. They use about 0.2 amps each. So when I unplugged the fan controller with the 4 fans, it actually dropped down to 168 watts for the whole system total while it's mining Ethereum Classic, okay? So take that out of the equation, and so the whole system was 168 with the motherboard, with the CPU and SSD and the GPU. So if we are registering about 66 watts plus another 1 watt, so 66, 67 watts total on this whole meter. And if we go to Hive OS, you guys can see the 5700 power color here is only mining at about 55, 56 megahash. And you guys can see the power consumption right now, it says 116 watts. Okay, so if that says 116 watts in the software, where is the other like 25 watts coming from? So system idle is about 45 to 50 watts or so. So where is the other like 20 to 25 watts coming from? And I was talking with a few people, and some people are thinking that the USB cable is bringing some power over to the riser or for the GPU. And I have reason to believe that is the truth, because why would we have to plug in the the Molex connectors into the motherboard. You guys can see. So if each of those Molex does like, I think 75 or 100 watts, don't quote me on that, I've totally forgot how much power goes out of the 4-pin Molex. But how much power is coming out of the PCIe 1 adapter going into the riser and then into the graphic card? So, you know, calculating all those things, I feel like it's about 20 to 25 watts or so. So am I able to use the SATA adapter to PCIe safely? I'm just talking. And I've been talking with a few people. There's one guy on Discord, he's been using Radeon 7s with SATA adapters. And he says he's been using it now for about a year and a half and has had no problems using SATA on his Radeon 7s. And I was like in shock, just in shock that he was using his Radeon 7s with the SATA adapters. You guys can see my 50th right now. I'm using PCIe all the way around into the riser and into the GPU. Actually, all the 3 GPUs you guys can see here, it's all using PCIe. But that guy, I talked to him and he said SATA is totally fine because the power consumption through these is actually really low, depending on the cards. Now, when he said depending on the cards, I have reason to believe, yes, you are totally right. But you guys saw the video where we tested out the RX 580. It was using less than like 10 watts on the PCIe. So I'm really curious to know, you know, if this SATA adapter will be totally fine running on the 5700s. Anyways, guys, we know the numbers now. I'm gonna go ahead, shut this rig down, take off everything, and just plug in the PCIe to SATA adapter into the Red Devil and see if it mines safely, okay? So let me go ahead and do that right now. Okay, I have the SATA adapter in, very blasphemous in the crypto mining world, and I'm super scared of running this now on the SATA adapter, but hey, if it's using theoretically like 5 or 6 watts, it should be fine. Actually, it was using like 3 watts according to the Space Goats meter here. So this is very interesting, you know, very interesting to me that the SATA adapter, you know, could be fine for crypto mining. And some of you guys left some comments on the last video saying SATA adapters are actually fine. And a few of you guys said that the SATA adapters work totally fine on high-end cards. I was just blown away by that. So you know what? We're gonna try it. It's loading up in Hive OS right now. Let's give it a sec. Okay, yeah, it seems to be mining just fine in Hive OS. You guys can see here, Micron memory, GDDR6, power color 5700, getting about 55 mega hash, 115 watts power consumption, and you guys can see the temperatures there as well, 53 degrees and 84 degrees for the memory temperature, I believe, which I hear everyone says it should be fine, and that is completely normal. And yeah, there are my overclocks right there. I'm pretty sure I can get a little bit higher mega hash, but right now I just want to get it stable and mining. Okay, so I think we've figured out, you know, the SATA adapter seems to be fine. I don't see any burn marks or any melting going on. Can you guys see right there? I think we're okay. I mean, I'm gonna be monitoring this for the next day or so. I actually realized this video is going on much longer than I thought, so you know what? I'm gonna make this into a part 2, and this was just to basically explain, you know, the SATA adapters and figuring out the power consumption, all that kind of stuff. I have it unplugged now. But part 2, I swear guys, part 2, I'm gonna have that real soon. I'm gonna put in all those 4 cards into this rig here, but let me know down below what you guys think about using the SATA adapter on the 5700. It seems fine right now. The whole power consumption right now for the whole rig is 186 watts. I really wonder what the whole system will be when I populate it with the other 5 cards or so. And let me know down below guys what final Radeon 5700 that I should populate this rig with. So I have 4 there, and I need to have 1 more 5700 to put in this rig. Let me know which brand you guys think I should get down below. Maybe the Sapphire one, maybe the MSI Mech version, or the Gaming X edition, or the Gigabyte 5700. I don't know, one of those cards. Let me know down below, okay? So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in part 2 for the 5700 rig. I'm sorry I didn't want this video too long, but I had to explain, you know, the power constraints and the cabling, all that kind of stuff in this video. Thank you again to nerdgears.com for sending me a whole bunch of splitters, as well as gpurisers.com for sponsoring this video and sending me some risers here. So actually we're going to be doing giveaways on Community Mining Rig Showcase every Saturday for a brand new pack of GPU risers thanks to gpurisers.com. So guys, stay tuned for that Community Mining Rig Showcase. Every Saturday we'll be giving away a pack of risers, North America only. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.